Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. In this game, we're going to be looking at a Xayah-based team composition. This is taken from a double-up game, and in fact, all of the games I've played as of this recording for set 7.5 have been double-up games. We've been running some double-up games in the evening. I haven't gotten around to playing any solo games of set 7.5, but these have been a lot of fun. Antisocial Monkey is joining me for this game. Antisocial and I have coordinated our little legends in our background so that we are matched teammates here. And these games have been a lot of fun. So I've been trying to take some footage of these and put them up on here on YouTube for people to see. So in this game, we're going to be playing a Xayah-based team composition. Zaya has emerged as one of the top team compositions here at the start of set 7.5. To no one's surprise, there was a B patch the first week of set 7.5, and there were nerfs to some of the team compositions that were pretty dominant. Zaya received a very minor nerf, but not really too significant, and this is definitely still one of the top team compositions in this patch, playing through Zaya. There were more severe nerfs to the Darkflight team composition that was kind of dominating at the top ports of the ladder, and also some nerfs to Olaf Scalescorn. It was actually kind of amusing that for all of set 7, for the first month of set 7, the dominant comps were Zaya, Olaf, and then set 7.5 came out, and what were the dominant comps? Zaya and Olaf, along with this Darkflight build that was based on getting a whole bunch of Zeke's heralds and duplicating the aura benefits of Zeke's. But anyway, in this game we're going to be looking at Zaya. So Zaya still definitely one of the top comps in this B patch of the release version of set 7.5. Basically, it's just a strong build because it lets you play all the best Rage Wing units while not having to play any of the bad Rage Wing units, and also has a great deal of crowd control and tankiness and just great damage profile with the Zaya. But of course, we're going to have to get there, so we'll try to walk our way through there. At the moment, I basically just ended up with this random 2-star Nasus. By the way, the game was really tempting me to play Darkflight here, but I didn't quite have the items for it. The other thing we're going to get here is we're going to get a Prismatic Augment to start, and I did think about the Assassin Crown, but I don't think Assassins are in a particularly strong place right now. If that Rengar that popped out had been an Olaf, I would have looked to play Assassin Olaf, but it was not. It was a Rengar, and I didn't feel confident trying to play an Assassin-based build, so instead I'm just going to take the generic level up Augment. This means that I get additional XP whenever I level up, or excuse me, whenever I spend to buy experience. I think you get 7 XP instead of 4, so you basically convert 4 gold into 7 XP. And typically when you're playing level up, the idea is that you just kind of use the extra gold and just play more units, and you try to always be one level higher than the typical rest of the lobby. So this is going to be an example of a tempo game. And I'm really going to be pushing tempo. So again, let me just explain what I mean by that for people who aren't familiar. Basically, it's the idea that instead of sitting back and trying to get the maximum amount of income possible, you're basically leveling very, very aggressively. And you're basically accelerating the tempo of the lobby is the logic there. So you are leveling aggressively. You're trying to go on a win streak and maintain a win streak, and then remove the total health pool from the lobby is kind of the idea. Now, I am up against someone who has taken the Shimmer Scale Prismatic, and it turns out that the first item on for Shimmer Scale is actually Draven's Axe. And this was a bad fight, not just because I lose the round, but because that Ezreal with the Draven's Axe actually ended up farming 30 stacks from Darkflight, or excuse me, from the Draven's Axe. I was like, oh no, 30 Darkflight stacks. That is... wow, terminology here. 30 stacks on Draven's Axe. That is not what we wanted there. So yeah, that was less than ideal to say the least. Here, I finally get an opportunity to grab some Swift Shot champions, so I'm going to play them. I'm just more comfortable playing with the Swift Shot champions, in part because I think we had noticed that there were several people playing the Cannoneers build that goes into Aphelios, and I could run, obviously I could run a Cannoneers backline, I could run a Swift Shot backline. With the early Varus, I thought I would do better to run the Swift Shots, and that means I have to do less transitioning into Zaya later, and it looks to be less contested. Ironically, one person I'm contesting with is Antisocial Monkey, who has found a new reroll build that he really likes in this set, which is based around rerolling for Ezreal, Leona, Braum, and it's rerolling for Swift Shots plus rerolling for Guardians. I don't actually think the build is that good, but Antisocial likes to play these kind of builds. Yeah, he took loaded dice, and he already has he has like 8 Ezreals or something like that. So he's very close to Ezreal 3-star. So we actually have like the exact opposite. He's going to stay at low levels and then re-roll to try to hit his 3 stars using those loaded dice. There he goes. He just hit the 3-star Ezreal, so that's pretty awesome for us. I'm doing the exact opposite. I have level up, so here we go. Going to just go to level 5 right now, because it's very cheap for me to do so. Now, this drops me back to 0 gold in the bank, but remember how I said this is a tempo play. I'm sacrificing economy to try to push levels very, very fast using my level up augment. And yeah, so now I'm able to play an extra unit. Doesn't really make me that much stronger, to be perfectly honest. I've just tossed in the Lilia for, I guess it makes Scale Scorn trait, but like Scale Scorn is pretty irrelevant on Braum and Lilia. I guess it's slightly more damage. But this is mostly just to take advantage of my augment and try to increase the shot buds. Love to see if I could find an early Xayah. It would be awesome if I could find like an early Idis. I was actually really hoping I could play into early Shimmer Scale so I could get Draven's Axe myself. I know that will be the first Shimmer Scale item because I've already seen it on that other player. Would love to get Draven's Axe early on in this game and just start stacking it up, because that would produce gold for me and would also produce item components. And it would be a decent item to put on like Varus as well. That's why I've picked up the Jax on my bench. I'm hoping that maybe Volibear will pop out, and then I can play Jax plus Nasus plus Volibear, and then I'd have Shimmer Scale. In any case, though, now it's time for me to go ahead and grab something. I was looking to maybe get an offensive item for Varus, but nope, nothing there that I wanted. So we will just go ahead and grab the Chain Vest and then toss it on Nasus. And if there is one good thing I do have very good frontline. I've got this 2-star Nasus with items that are pretty darn good. So I'm definitely going to look to make use of that. And then I'm going to get the gold drop, because this is double up mode and you always get the option to take an item or gold. And then I see it's only 8 gold to level. I'm like, well, tempo play it is here. There we go. So we're just going to go level 6 right now. And then I will randomly toss in this Seraphine who doesn't fit the comp, because why not? There's, of course, a Zippy sitting in my store. And back in earlier versions of set 7.5, back on the PvE when this was still in beta, it actually made a lot of sense to play into guild, that you would play kind of a guild version of Xayah, because when you're playing Xayah, you're going to play the Twitch. For Swiftshot, you're also later on going to play the Jace, because Jace is also a guild unit. He provides Shapeshifter to pair with Shyvana. So it made sense. You would like go heavy vertical guild and then use Xayah as one of your carries. I think I have a PvE video with that. But that does not really make a lot of sense right now, at least in this version of Teamfight Tactics, because right before the set went from the beta environment over to the live client, they heavily nerfed vertical guild, and they also heavily nerfed Zippy. And Zippy is just kind of not a very good unit, at least at this moment in time. So yeah, that's why you're not seeing me pick up the Zippy here. Anyway, this board that I'm up against was very, very strong. They had a Dragonmancer Nunu, which is another popular build right now, is to make Nunu into a Dragonmancer and then play through that. And then they also had like a 2-star Lee Sin, and I think they had another 2-star unit. They had 2-star Set, 2-star Lee Sin. I was like, geez, that's awful lot of 2-stars over there on that board, plus an early Dragonmancer Nunu. So I definitely was not going to win that round, but I was able to string it out long enough for Antisocial, who's got the 3-star Ezreal, to come over and spell me. So again, one advantage of being level 6 super early is I am able to get better shop odds. And it turns out that I'm going to find this early Xiaoyu in my shop. So I was like, all right, well, that's better than the random nonsense I'm playing. So we'll just toss in Xiaoyu for the moment. One thing I did is I did sell the Seraphine. I don't think that was the right decision. I think I should have held that unit. Potentially just because it does make Mystic trait. It does give me a Mystic option with the Xiaoyu. But then again, on the other hand, selling did get me to 10 gold. So maybe that was the right decision after all. Anyway, so yeah, I've got this very, very weird board here. 3 Jade, 2 Swiftshot, 2 Guardian, 1 Guild, 1 Dragon. This is a classic, just playing what you hit early, trying to make sense. Being level 6 this early in the game is really weird. Definitely feels odd. It also cost me 7 gold to pick up that Xiaoyu. I am taking advantage of the fact that this is double up mode, where you can take that 8 gold drop. Otherwise, I would have no economy whatsoever. and I'm also on a win streak. I actually really need to keep winning rounds right now because my econ is so bad. I have 11 gold in the bank. But again, look at the trade-off here. We are both on full win streak because Antisocial has used the loaded dice to hit his 3-star Ezreal, and I've been just pumping experience like crazy. That's actually put both of us in a relatively strong position. So we are win streaking. We're getting money from our win streaks, even if we're not necessarily getting it from having income in the bank. And we are putting some more pressure on the rest of the lobby, in particular that team that's on 62 HP. I don't know quite what they're doing. We were speculating at the time, it's like, were they both just like open forwarding and not even trying to play decent builds? But in any case, they were in an awful lot of trouble. So overall, stage 2 went really well. Lost the first round. It would have been awesome if I had won that first round. Did not love giving that enemy Ezreal so many stacks on his Draven's Axe, but yeah. And then here, I actually get 3 Xayahs to drop, which is kind of bad because I'm not playing Xayah. And when you sell a 2-star unit, that Xayah actually only sells for 5 gold instead of 6 gold. So I actually lost 1 gold there if it had just been like 3 random 2-cost champs. So that's a bit of a shame. Also, if I had still kept the Seraphine, I could have looked to play the Xayah because then I would have had Evoker trait there. I could have like played Seraphine plus Xayah for Evoker plus Mystic, and that probably would have been better than the Xiaoyu. 2-star Xayah plus that would add Evoker and Mystic traits. Or actually, no, I'd lose Mystic trait if I dropped the Xiaoyu. Oh well. Can't really count on getting a triple Xayah drop from the minion round. But in retrospect, it would have been nice to have that with Seraphine. Anyway, so now at the beginning of stage 3, I do want to talk briefly about what units we're looking to send to one another. I was still planning on playing into Xayah in this game, so I have Antisocial on the lookout for an early Xayah if he would happen to see it. And then we can also think, then we weren't sure what else to try to like 3-star for me. The other thing I guess we're looking for is like Shyvana, Jace, but Antisocial is staying at low levels because he's playing a reroll comp, so he's unlikely to see them. He's also unlikely to see Xayah, but who knows, he might not. As far as what he's looking for, he's already made 3-star Ezreal, so I don't need to look for that unit for him. He's going to look then for 3-star Guardians to pair with that Ezreal, and Antisocial has said the best ones tend to be Braum and also Leona, so I'm going to be looking for them. I haven't really seen Leona, but I do have some extra Braums. I've got 2 out of 3 Braums here. I would not mind sending him some extra Braums. By the way, here's that Nunu as well. We can already see this Nunu is going to be a problem. This Nunu that's got the Dragonmancer Spatula and a Hand of Justice. That unit is going to be pretty strong. So second augment is Silver, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to reroll a Silver augment. I think out of these options, the best thing I can do is go ahead and just take Thrall the Hunt, which will give me a little bit of extra healing in my board. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send this 2-star Braum over to Antisocial because there's another Braum in the store, so I can just send that over. My board does not really get any stronger or weaker, and I believe that puts him right at 3-star Braum. I know he's extremely close to hitting that. And I think that, do I go ahead and level here? It is pretty cheap for me to level. Yep. So again, there's the tempo play. Go down to 20 gold in the bank, but now I'm level 7. And now I'm hoping that I'm going to get those better shop odds and hoping that I'm going to start seeing some of the 4 and 5 cost units. So again, it's not that putting in Lilia really does much of anything for my board, but it's not going to hurt to have that unit. And mostly this is for the shop odds. Again, keep pushing tempo. But oh, this is not what we want to see. Look at this. This person's already got a 2-star Xayah. It's like, wait a minute, what? How do they have 2-star Xayah? Well, if you look at what augment they took, they actually just took Recombobulator, and they have managed to just recombobulate a 2-cost or a 2-star 3-cost unit into a 2-star Zaya over there. There's just one problem for them, that their items are garbage. They don't have the items to play Zaya. Look at this. They have double rods on the bench, and they have a tier, and they already have a death cap. So it's like they can make death cap plus archangels. I mean, like, those are good items for an AP caster. They're pretty useless on Zaya. So like, this person is trying to get Zaya into the fight, but she just attacks so slowly. They actually were going to beat me, but Antisocial is able to reinforce. And again, that's super important because it keeps my win streak rolling along. Really need to keep win streaking for right now. Well, I talked about Seraphine earlier. Here she is. She's back again. So I will put her back on the board because that'll make Mystic trait. And that's going to be more useful than what else did I have in there? A Lilia that wasn't really doing much of anything. It's kind of annoying that Graves has popped up in my shop. I really want that to be Xayah. I actually played a Darkflight Cannoneers game right before this where I could not find Graves. We still did pretty well in that game, but I just could not find Graves. And like in this game, all of a sudden, now Graves was like everywhere. This is like the first of 3 or 4 Graves that I would keep finding. I was like, why can't I find Xayah? There is a reason for that. Remember, that person recombobulated into a 2-star Xayah, so that's 3 Xayahs out of the pool, so it's going to be harder to hit. But yeah, just kind of annoying. Only so much you can do about that. All right, well, here's another. I believe this is the Shimmer Scale player from the beginning of the game. I have no idea why they sold their 2-star Ezreal to put Draven's Axe on a Karma. That doesn't make any sense at all. But we will happily hit that person and deal damage to them, and then hop over there to Antisocial. And it looks like we're both in pretty solid shape here, just kind of cruising. In terms of items, I'm, of course, trying to make Xayah items. I don't need to make tank items because I already have good tank items. I already have, what is it? I think I have Warmogs, Gargoyle Stone Plates. Like, those are great items. Don't need to worry about that. What I really want to get is a bow or a sword because I'd like to make Infinity Edge Last Whisper. If I can, I have double gloves on my bench, but I need an item to combine with the glove. And like, there's a sword here. I'm like, oh, please don't take this sword. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness that level 5 person was not really paying attention, and they're not going to get that. So this is good. Now I've got the sword. Now hopefully I can find a bow, and then hopefully I can go from there. I'm also going to find a Hecarim, and I don't want to play Hecarim right now, but if I can find Zaya later on, I of course will want to play that. So I'll hold on to that unit for right now. Again, the advantage of being a higher level, you get the 15% odds for the 4-cost units, much more likely to see them. So that works for me. And yeah, I'm just hoping that I can keep winning these rounds. If I'm going to lose a round in the immediate future, it's probably going to be one of these next 2 rounds because other people are going to be level 6. They might be rolling it down a bit. Whereas I clearly cannot level faster, and I don't want to roll down until I hit level 8. With level up, I can hit level 8 very, very quickly. So the goal is going to be get to an early level 8. Can probably do that after the minion round at end of stage 3. And then we're going to look for Xayah and Jace, and maybe if we get lucky, Shyvana. But we'll see what else we can hit. This fight is against one of the Darkflight Cannoneer people. I'm hoping that Xiaoyu can hold in there. All right, that's going to fall. Now it's up to Thrill of the Hunt procs and various stun stuff. It's like Aphelios stuns on his auto attack. Varus has the Chain of Corruption, and oh, that was really close. Antisocial was about to come over. I was about to get a Chain of Corruption. Also, what is this? What is this? Look at all these Volibears. 4 Volibears in the store. Okay. Not quite what I want, but I will go ahead and make this substitution. I am very happy to trade out the Braum for the Rakan. Rakan is going to add another rank of Mystic and while preserving Guardian trait, and Braum wasn't really doing much of anything. So sadly, the win streak comes to an end. I was heavily leaning on that for economy, but at least I was able to get back to, I think I have like 40 gold in the bank. At least I was able to get back close to full income. Yeah, 45 income. So I didn't get hurt too badly. It's just I would have obviously way more income if I've been able to keep winning. As I said before, my front line's really good in this game. I think my front line holds up very strongly. The biggest issue is just I need more damage. I'm kind of playing through a 1-star Varus right now, and that's just not really enough damage at this stage of the game. But like we've got Mystic in, we've got Guardian in. It's like the front line buys time. It's just I need more damage profile than this, and that's why I'm going to need to roll here. So no, not going to be able to hold up here against this Cannoneers player. Graves able to cut through my board. So Antisocial's been able to maintain win streak, but I'm in kind of a weaker position here. And like there's another 4-cost unit there. I've been seeing so many Zippies in this game. It's like, Zippy, why do you have to be so weak in this current build of Teamfight Tactics? I would have happily played, like I could have had a 2-star Zippy. I would have happily played that, but yep. Just didn't want to grab the Zippies, didn't want to sacrifice that much money. It was not a unit I was looking to play. Now, obviously, if you had said, hey, you're going to see a bunch of Zippies, you could easily play 2-star Zippy, then yeah, I would have put it in, but no way to know that, and I was kind of spending a lot of gold anyway, so didn't want to drop lower in gold. Oh, by the way, look, here is yet another Brawler's Glove, so that's something. And now I'm just going to go to level 8, and now let's see and roll what we can hit. So there's 2-star Seraphine, and oh, hello, there's a Shyvana. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll just play that for right now. Now can I find a Zaya? Just need to find a Xayah to put this comp together, and then someone to transfer those items on Nasus over to. Well, there's 2-star Varus. That's going to help. And then I was like, do I put in the Nunu? I was like, wait a minute. No, the Nunu doesn't make any traits, does not make anything. So definitely need to fiddle with that. I should take out the Nunu and put in the Hecarim. That makes way more sense to do that. So definitely got a lot stronger there, but if I can find a Zaya, I can get much stronger still. That's like the one unit I need. I had the good luck to find Shyvana at 4% odds. Definitely quite nice having that. So that's our high roll moment for the match. Kind of offsets the fact that we have not really been seeing Zayas so far in this game. So that kind of offsets that. But can we ever kill the Nunu in this fight? I don't think so. It's 2-star Nunu, and that person, I believe, has gotten to 8 Dragonmancer. So, or if they haven't gotten to it, they're very close to it. So yeah, that Nunu's pretty unkillable at this stage of the game. One good thing about Nunu is he does, oh, no, never mind. And then we just kill him 5 seconds later. Pretty difficult unit to deal with, though. One of the things that Antisocial described it as was like a slow-moving crown of champions, the Nunu, and that he'll just kill everything eventually, but it's going to take him a long time to do it. So here, by the way, we get another Prismatic Augment, and I don't have to use a reroll. I actually get a great option. I get +1, I get the Swift Shot version, Swift Shot Crown, I think it's called. So it gives you a Swift Shot emblem. You can turn a unit into a Swift Shot. And that's not bad because that means that I can play an extra rank of Swift Shot. So here's one of the big changes between this version. And by the way, there's Jace. So now I definitely want to pick up the Jace. That'll allow us to ditch the Nasus. Just transfer my tank items over to Jace. So one of the big changes between set 7 and set 7.5 is they changed it so Swift Shot emblem is now makeable. And by the way, there's our Xayah. So we're going to need to transfer the Xayah in. I don't manage to get it off quite in time. But now you can make Swift Shot emblem. It's spatula plus bow is the recipe. So that's a makeable emblem now. And Swift Shot tiers have changed as well. The initial version of the set just had Swift Shot 2, 4, and I think 6. Could be wrong in that. I know they had 2 and 4. But now it's 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a lot more flexibility in the trait now. And getting +1 Swift Shot is pretty nice. So normally when you play Xayah, you play Swift Shot 2. It's Xayah plus Twitch. And then you don't really need to play any more Swift Shots than that. But if you can get +1 Swift Shot, you don't have to get a 4th Swift Shot unit in there. You can just play Swift Shot 3. And it's not a huge increase over like the base value, but every little bit helps. And so now I'm going to go ahead and move these items over to Xayah. So I've got the Rage Blade, and I've got the Rage Blade that I got from the Swift Shot Crown, by the way. That was really good because I had not found a way to get a Swift Shot, a Rage Blade onto my team. And that gave me the ability to do that right there. And then I have a handy unit that I can put that Swift Shot emblem on, and that is the Hecarim. It turns out Hecarim's actually quite good with a Swift Shot emblem because it gives him this big increase in range. So he can now sit in the back lines, and look at the range he has with this Swift Shot emblem. He stands in the back lines, and then now he can be range DPS, which is kind of weird. Turns out that Hecarim's not really a very good tank. And the reason why he's not a good tank is because he's got the Rage Wing trait. He does not gain mana, or rage, I guess, because the Rage Wing champions don't technically have mana. But he can't gain mana by taking damage. He can only gain it by auto-attacking. And that's true for all of the Rage Wing champs in this game. And that is the same from the beginning part of the set. So Hecarim actually does not make a great frontline tank. It turns out if you give him a Swift Shot emblem, he actually makes pretty good range DPS. Also slots into this comp really well. It makes 6 Rage Wing. I have exactly 6 Rage Wing, 3 Swift Shot, and then 2 Guild, 2 Mystic, 2 Shapeshifter, 1 Dragon. The one unit that's random in my build right now is the Seraphine. Seraphine is not normally part of this comp, but it is giving me a rank of Mystic trait, and I've kind of got the extra slot. So it's well, why not? Might as well. Normally, if you could, you'd play Bard in that slot instead, but I have not seen Bard yet. Also, this is a great carousel for me. I'm able to get the item I want, which is the bow, and that is exactly what I'm looking for because now I have Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, Rage Blade. So Xayah has just about perfect items. This is pretty much what people are trying to prioritize. Always want the Rage Blade on Xayah. With her Rage Wing trait, she stacks it up super fast, and the Infinity Edge Last Whisper combo is quite good. It's actually much better to build Infinity Edge Last Whisper here in set 7.5 as opposed to set 7. And some of the changes that they made were they actually buffed Last Whisper as an item because people weren't building it a whole lot. They increased, I believe they gave it a small amount of attack damage in addition to the armor shred property. So the item itself is better. The other reason is more people are playing Cavalier frontlines and Guardian frontlines as opposed to the first half of the set. And so the Cavalier frontlines in particular will get armor from the trait. So whenever there's a trait that's popular that's providing a lot of extra armor, it's really good to make Last Whisper. So if you're already building Rage Blade and you're already building Last Whisper, well, Infinity Edge is usually the best last item to put in there. So I'm really glad I was able to fit all those items together for my side. So I'm going over here. I'm trying to reinforce Antisocial's board, but it turned out that Zaya popped up in an incredibly stupid place. on that other person's board. And so we're going to end up losing that round. But I mean, we're in really good shape right now. 89 health in the lobby. And now that I've kind of filled out my board, I'm feeling pretty strong right now. The one downside to me is I should give you a quick look here at Antisocial's board. He's actually got 5 swift shots in. I believe he's going to drop down to 4 swift shots eventually. He's holding Xayah's because I might want him to send a Xayah over to me. Xayah is pretty contested in this lobby. I'm hoping that I can win this round and then go to Treasure Dragon. I do plan to roll a little bit more. Now, I have level up augment, so I could just try to rush fast 9 here if I want to. But I wanted to roll a little bit more just because I have so many 1-stars on my board. Like, I have 1-star Zaya, I have 1-star Jace, I have 1-star Shyvana, I have 1-star Hecarim. I want to get at least a couple more 2-stars. So I'm going to go to the Treasure Dragon, roll a little bit, try to hit some 2-stars. As soon as I do that, I'm going to go fast 9. After that, I guess it's not really fast 9 if I roll more. But like you see right there, 2-star Zaya wins that round. But like, again, I'm up against someone who is level 8 and has spent 100% of their gold already, whereas I am level 8 and have not spent any of my gold. There's also the chance to potentially hit 3-star Seraphine in this game. I've been seeing Seraphines all over the place. I already have 5 of them, so it's like, why not? We might as well make the attempt. Now here, I'm looking for Shyvana items, and I was like, oh, well, that's a dunsie. I'll just go ahead and take these. So we'll take the Radiant Death Cap. This is an Order Dragon, so we'll take the Radiant Death Cap, and then we'll take that Warmogs. That'll basically double Shyvana's health. She's 1,400 now. That'll take her up to 2,400, and that'll allow her to frontline without instantly dying. I've also found a Yasuo here, not a unit I can really use, but Antisocial can use that, so happy to pick that on one up. There's another Xayah. Now I'm just going to roll a little bit more. So there, and Idis pops up in the store. If I had seen Idis earlier in the game, I would have 100% played it again and stacked up that Draven's Axe, but didn't see it. And oh, never mind. Looks like I just naturaled 2-star Xayah. So that's the signal to stop rolling. I'm good here, and Antisocial wanted the Yasuo, so we're going to send that over to him. But like, look how much stronger my board got. I made 2-star Jace, which is really big, and I made 2-star Xayah. Jace is my main tank, and Xayah is my main damage dealer. So of course, I do spend, like 40 gold there. That does mean I'm not fast 9ing to the extent that I could have, but this is a much safer play. Like, this is I'm much safer now than I would have been before. Leftover items, I'll go for a Shot of Stillness, never a bad frontline tank item. And we're going to get that on the Lee Sin on the other team, who actually has a Radiant Thief's Glove. So I have gotten way stronger now as a result of rolling there, and I'm hoping that this will allow us to just continue. Again, what's that word? Putting tempo on the lobby, pressuring the rest of the lobby. Oh, by the way, that Nunu, man, where did that Nunu go? Just got shredded by the Xayah. Maybe that person should use some of the items they have on their bench. They have like 6 items on their bench. So like now we spent some gold to get stronger, and now we're just going to try to push the rest of these people out of the lobby before they can like hit 3-star units or something like that. It's actually kind of early in the game. It's only the beginning of stage 5, but 2 of these teams are on single-digit HP, so just want to shove them out of the lobby before they can get any stronger over there. Look what Antisocial's done. He's made a Swift Shot Yasuo, which is pretty interesting. I actually don't know if that's good or not, but 5 Swift Shot Yasuo is pretty hilarious. So yeah, we don't want this game to go too long. We don't want people to hit 3 stars. There's a team that has a bunch of Pantheons. I think one of these teams has like 7 Pantheons. So it's like, get them out of the lobby. Don't give them time to hit these units. I don't have to keep rolling here. I'm just going to get up to 50 gold, and then I can go to level 9, and I'll have plenty of gold to roll with there. Now, if we were in more danger, then I would look to fast 9, but I'd rather get to 9 where I actually have enough gold to roll with. We're in pretty comfortable shape here, so we can sit back and be a little bit more patient. I'm up against one of the Darkflight players. It looks like they've hit 3-star Aphelios, so, that's pretty good, but Aphelios is ultimately only a 2-cost unit, and Xayah is going to win that fight, so pretty happy with that result there. And so before Antisocial was kind of carrying me, I think my board is now spiked, and he's looking to econ a little bit here. I guess we're both econing, to be honest. But now I think my board is a little bit stronger than his, and then he's going to spike again if he can hit like 2-star Yasuo. And I believe he often plays into Ao Shin in the team composition that he's running. If we can get him like a 2-star Ao Shin, then his board will spike again as well. But for right now, I'm pretty comfortable with because like he could go to 9 and take out the Xayah and put in like an Ao Shin, and then that would give him 4 Tempest and another carry threat. All right, so I am, again, looking at who I'm going to hit each round. This is one of the more dangerous comps. Like this, they're at, what is it? I think I said this before, 7 Pantheons, 7 Olafs. So we really want to get this team out of the lobby. They're on 2 HP. We do not want them to hit these units. Shyvana gets really low here, and that's the danger of solo frontlining Shyvana. I guess she wasn't solo frontline, but she was taking most of the enemy damage because I had the Jace over on the other side for Zephyr, or for Shroud of Stillness positioning, and oof, that fight got close, but I'm going to be able to win that one because the Hecarim got off a really good ult right when it looked like Xayah was about to die, got off that AoE fear effect. Now here's an interesting carousel. There's another Swift Shot emblem on the carousel. I would happily pick that up and then just run 4 Swift Shot. I could put it on like Rakan, or actually I would probably put it on Seraphine. I'm getting close to 3-star Seraphine, so I would love to have that. But I think Antisocial just goes ahead and grabs it because that allows him to cut. No, he was going to take it. It was going to let him cut another Swift Shot from his comp, but he ends up not getting that. Unfortunately, the remaining items not that useful for me. I can't really make much use of another Rage Blade. I guess maybe I could have put it on... Actually, maybe I should have taken the Rage Blade and put it on Hecarim just to give him stacking attack speed. In the end, though, I took the Giant Slayer. I was thinking of putting it on Shyvana, but then I was like, you know, I have a Reforger here. Let's just see if we can get something better. And what am I going to get here? And oops, well... Okay, I end up getting a Locket, and that's actually not very good at this stage of the game. At this stage of the game, a Locket is not very good. Locket's more of an early game item, so kind of struck out there, but oh well. So now I'm keeping an eye on these other teams. There is one of these teams has 3-star Lee Sin and 3-star Volibear, so like other teams are definitely spiking as they're getting low on HP. It turns out that I do not hit the team I was positioning for. And look, once again, look how much damage Shyvana takes. There's actually Shyvana on the other team as well, but oh, she manages to survive. Thank goodness for that Warmogs. Without that Warmog, she would have died there. This person is basically playing the same comp as me. They are playing a Xayah comp. They also have Shyvana over there. Their Shyvana has better items, but my Xayah has better items. Not that their Xayah has bad items. I just think that I have better items over here. So is this going to be enough? I did lose my Xayah here. And can we stretch this one out? No, it's not going to be enough. So my win streak is going to come to an end there. I think I would have won that round if their partner hadn't come in and reinforced, but was not able to win that one. I've tried to highlight the Warmogs on Shyvana because I think that made a big difference in keeping her alive to get her ult off in some of these fights. Anyway, Antisocial's been sitting on 8 Twitches forever, but he can't find the last Twitch. He has dropped down to 4 Swift Shot from 5 Swift Shot. And it looks like he's put in Lee Sin. Oh, by the way, here's a new threat. There's someone who has 8 Dragonmancer, 8 Dragonmancer Alshin. And I'm actually up against them in this round. So yeah, this is the person who was playing Nunu for most of the game. But now they've decided to transfer that over to an Alshin. So that Alshin with 8 Dragonmancer has like 400 AP, something insane. It's like it's pretty clearly, yeah, there it is, 400% AP. Each bolt does 740 damage, up from base like 180, something crazy like that. So it's just like, can this unit wipe the entire board with its ult? We would get off a great Hecarim ult there right at the end of that fight. And it turns out that even though basically my whole board died to the Lightning Storm, Antisocial was able to come in, and we were able to rescue that fight. But again, even losing that round would not be a big deal, like I said, because I'm about to hit level 9. I'm going to have a ton of gold to roll, and I'm confident that I can hit 2-star Shyvana and see what else I can hit. I would love to get Bard. Bard is the other unit that's really good in this comp because it gives me the guild bonus, gets me up to 3 guild, and also gives me another rank of Mystic. 3 Mystic will be very good against that Dragonmancer Aurelian or Alshin build. That looks like the most dangerous comp in the lobby. So what is 3 Mystic? I think is 80 MR on every unit. Let's get some extra magic resistance on every unit. This item is not particularly amazing for me, the RFC. I'm just going to put it on Seraphine because I think she's probably the most useful unit for this. I guess Hecarim. And then, oh, well, I guess that was an easy way to make a 3-star Seraphine. The game just really wanted to give me Seraphines here. The Terras in the store are kind of interesting as well. I'm not going to lie. I could probably have had 2-star Terra, but then I'd have to take something out, and I'm not sure what that would be. Anyway, I am going to send... What did I end up sending over to ASM? Can't remember. We decided to do the transfer to get Shyvana. So he had 2 Shyvanas, so I end up sending him... he had 2 Shyvanas, so I had sent him my 1, and then he sends it back. Unfortunately, he forgot to send back my items, so then we have to use another send to get the items over to me. So that's a bit of a waste of a send, unfortunately, but he was able to get the items back to me again, and he sent me an extra Xayah. So, hey, 5 Xayahs. The dream is still alive. We can try to hit Xayah 3-star. Probably won't happen given how little health there is remaining in this lobby, but... I mean, we can dream, as I said. So I'm going to knock this player out. That was the Cannoneer Darkflight player. And now I'm going to come over to reinforce ASM's board. Looks like the remaining team is the one. One of them has a Cannoneer's board. The other one has the Dragonmancer or Alshin. Antisocial's still on all those Twitches as well. So yeah, I am going to continue rolling here. And oh, there we go. There is 6 Zayas. Also got some extra Yasuos here. Oh, and by the way, here is where you get the. I always forget that this happens at the end of these rounds. You get the chance to hit another item from your partner here in double up mode. So anyway, I'm going to sell these units to get some more gold back. Keep rolling here. Again, I'm looking for Zaya. I'm looking for there's more Yasuos over there. The reason why I'm not holding Yasuos is I can't send them over to ASM. Like I could send him that Twitch for Twitch 3-star, but we've already used up all the sends. There are no more for me to send over to him. So yeah. By the way, I still don't even have Hecarim 2-star. I don't know where all my Hecarims are in this game, but I've 2-starred everything else except Bard, and my board is pretty much fully capped right now. So, by the way, great Shroud of Stillness. I shroud the entire team there. Yeah, this team was not doing a great job of dodging the shrouds, let's be honest, and like Bard's going to get a great ult, so yeah. I think I've kind of outscaled this board to a pretty good degree. Yeah, we're just chopping through this board now. So this is kind of like the Zaya build, like when it's fully online, it's supposed to look like this. So that's the main reason why I wanted to show this game. Oh, and by the way, once again, same thing we saw before. The Alshin wipes Antisocial's whole board, but it doesn't matter because then I come in and kill the Aurelian Soul. All right, for him, I've got my last items. By the way, when I had the choice of 3 items, I decided to grab the Titans for Shyvana, and then I jumped on the Titans too fast because one of the options was a Jeweled Gauntlet, and that would have been much better. With Radiant Deathcap having Jeweled Gauntlet to accelerate, that would have been absolutely cranked on this Shyvana. So that was a misplay by me. I should have taken the Jeweled Gauntlet instead of the Titans, but Titans is not bad, so I'm not exactly upset about that. It does give her more survivability, but... Ooh, Radiant Deathcap is like 110 AP, and then adding a Jeweled Gauntlet on top of that would have been ridiculous. She would have just melted everything instantly. Well, anyway, so I'm guaranteed to hit the Dragonmancer Alshin, so I'm just going to position the Shroud to make sure that unit gets shrouded. That unit is 2-starred right now, so that's kind of scary that unit is 2-starred. Probably can wipe the board if it gets hit. Also, this person does have 2-star Yasuo as well. They also have level up augment. So my goal is try to kill everything before the lightning storm goes off. It looks like my board is doing a pretty good job of killing everything. Yeah, so the only unit still alive is that Alshin, and it is healing off its Hand of Justice, but we're still going to be able to hit that. Remember, I do have 3 Mystic. That's going to knock out this person's board, and then it looks like Antisocial is going to win against the other player as well. So that's going to wrap it up. That's going to do it. And this is really what you want a Xayah comp to look like. It's kind of all the units I'm playing were the units you'd want to play. The only extra unit that you normally don't play is the Seraphine, but I just saw so many Seraphines this game. I was very happy to play it. Seraphine providing the Mystic trait, providing that extra shielding, also providing that extra magic damage on auto attack for all the units that stand next to the unit. So overall, a really nice game here, and as I said, I'm pretty content with how this game came together. It was not a close game, obviously. We actually have played some close games in Double Up, but I wanted to highlight, I guess we finished our placement matches here as well, Platinum 185, so got to do one more game to hit Diamond, or more than that if we lose. But anyway, as I said, the main reason I wanted to highlight this game is I wanted to show what a good Xayah build looks like when you hit all the pieces, and that's absolutely what this game was. So I hope that this was instructive in that regard. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you're enjoying this series. Hope you like the Double Up games. Until next time, I hope everybody's having a great week. Take care, folks.